Welcome to the 80s like you have never experienced before, the 1880s. This is my Little House on the Prairie punch, brought to you by Laura Ingalls Wilder and her book, The Long Winter. Delicious. Hey there everybody, I am Crunchy Scott, and today I'm making a recipe that's over 100 years old, but it's still good for a day like today in Washington, D.C., where it is about 100 degrees, if you can believe that. So I am making my Little House on the Prairie punch. Laura Ingalls Wilder called it ginger water in her book, The Long Winter. It's also known as Haymaker's punch, I think, and Switchel, but either way, it is delicious and refreshing. So you can see what I'm doing is I'm grating a bunch of ginger into a cheesecloth here. So once you do that, I'm looking for like a good, I don't know, half a cup, a lot of ginger, grated ginger, because I really love the ginger flavor in this recipe. So you do that, and then what you do is you just kind of bring it up into the cheesecloth and you, oh wow, okay, this is some juicy ginger, and then you just squeeze out all the juice. And I'm looking for about 2 to 3 tablespoons of ginger juice, maybe a little bit more if you like things spicy like I do. Once you've got your ginger juice, we're gonna add the juice of 1 full lemon here, probably about a medium-sized lemon, and try and just catch those seeds in your hand there. Holy smokes, that's a lot of seeds for this little lemon. Anyways, you might think it's kind of weird to be doing a recipe from a book called The Long Winter, and it is like literally the hottest day of the summer. Well, in the book, The Long Winter, it begins on an August day, very similar to like the one I'm experiencing right now. And Pa and the family are getting the hay ready for the long winter, and this is the recipe that Ma gives them to cool them down. There we go. Okay, so that's the juice of half a lemon. We put these seeds away, and we'll just squeeze the juice of the other half of the lemon really quickly. All right, so there's another ingredient to this that you're probably going to be like, what are you talking about? This looks really good so far. Lemon, ginger, that sounds great. But this next ingredient is authentic to the recipe. And of course, it would be something that the pioneers would have access to, I think. Ma Ingalls may have even made it on her own. And I am talking about raw apple cider vinegar. So this is just gonna add a nice little kick, and we're gonna do 3 tablespoons here, just like that. And this has the mother in it as well. Ooh. My mail just came. All right, so that has the mother in it as well. And if you really are grossed out by the idea of putting vinegar in it, you could also add just a couple tablespoons of kombucha. But don't be afraid, it's gonna be great. I can still see the set of light blue books sitting on my sister's bookshelves in the 70s and 80s. I think every little girl back then read those books. I read them mainly because I was watching the TV show, and I think that's why a lot of Gen Xers read them. We were trying to match up that Laura and Nellie and Ma and Pa with the family that we were watching on TV. So we were curious what it was like for the books as well. So it's interesting that it started with the TV and then went to the books, even though the books were published in the 30s and 40s and the series ran in the 70s and 80s. Pioneer life in the 1880s was no joke, and you can very clearly read in The Long Winter what kind of impact 7 months of blizzards can have on a family like the Ingalls back then. Absolutely unbelievable. So I decided to focus on the books, for one, because the recipe in The Long Winter makes sense this time of year. But 2, the TV series is its own special beast. I can do videos on that in the future, and I plan to. But I feel like if you're a kid from the 70s or 80s, these books have some sort of special place in your memory. Apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, and ginger juice. I hope you're still with me because it's gonna get good now, I promise. So we gotta sweeten this up, and I'm just gonna use straight up sugar, about 3 to 4 tablespoons, however you like it. And that's what Ma used. That's what Ma used for her sweetener. So that's exactly what I'm gonna use as well. Now there are a couple of other things that you can use. Of course you can use maple syrup, and I think there is a reference in one of the, I mean, it's been a long time since I've read these books, but I do think there's something in one of those books where they were tapping trees to get maple syrup. So this is something that the pioneers might have had. You could also use molasses, that would work. And if you want to get super crunchy, you could use stevia. That would be great. But I'm just using straight up sugar. Oh man, I see some seeds. It's gonna be okay. This is homemade. Okay, now the next thing you're gonna add, we're gonna top it off with about 4 cups of water. And then we're just gonna mix it up a little bit more. That sugar looks like it's already nice and dissolved, which is great, but I really wanna put it in the fridge to chill. I don't like this over ice. I like it super chill because, you know, I like to think of it like, you know, like on that day where Pa was making hay and he needed this himself and it would have been nice and cold, no ice cubes. Now we 80s kids are all grown up with kids of our own or kids in our lives that we love, and we're very aware that there's quite a bit of controversy surrounding these books. There's also quite a bit of controversy surrounding Laura Ingalls Wilder herself. But what I tried to do with this video is really hone in on that sweet moment when Mom makes something special for her family, something that she thinks would be good for them and something that they would enjoy. And I felt like that was the universal message that we could all kind of latch onto from this book. It kind of blows my mind to think that Laura Ingalls was drinking this 140 years ago. And I gotta think, if she were alive today, her heart would really be warmed to think that people 140 years later were not only making, but loving that really simple recipe that her mom made for her family. I loved Ma Ingalls. She was probably my favorite character. Well, Albert was my favorite character, but that's a whole other story. So let's try this thing. That is, so you guys, this is a perfect recipe. Let me just tell you, I know it's so simple, but it really is a perfect recipe. It is not too tangy. It is not too sweet. I promise you, you aren't like, the apple cider vinegar is in this. That's gross. You don't taste it, but it adds that little something, something. This really is a delicious recipe. You gotta make it. This is my Little House on the Prairie punch, and I really want you to make it. I also want you to take a trip back to the 80s, the 1880s, and read The Long Winter. So let me know in the comments below if you read the books when you were a kid, and let me know if you make this punch too. It's delicious. See you next time.